Jorge Mario Bergoglio was born in Buenos Aires, Argentina, on December 17, 1936. He was the oldest of 5 children in a working-class family. His parents, Mario José Bergoglio and Regina Maria Sivori, had emigrated from Italy. They instilled in him a strong work ethic and a deep Catholic faith. Growing up in the vibrant neighborhood of Flores, young Jorge was a soccer fan and a lover of tango music. He attended local schools and developed a strong sense of community. He learned the importance of family, hard work, and helping those in need. Even as a young boy, Jorge showed an interest in the church. He was an altar server at his local parish and found inspiration in the lives of the priests. After graduating from secondary school, Jorge surprised some by enrolling in a technical school. He studied chemistry and graduated with a technician's diploma. This experience taught him discipline and the value of practical skills. After working for a time as a chemist, Jorge felt a growing call to something more. He realized that his true passion lay elsewhere, in serving God and his people. This realization led him to make a life-changing decision. He decided to enter the seminary to become a priest. In 1958, at the age of 21, Jorge entered the Society of Jesus, also known as the Jesuits. The Jesuits are a religious order known for their intellectual rigor, commitment to social justice, and missionary work. He embraced the Jesuit way of life, which emphasized study, prayer, and service to others. He studied philosophy and theology, deepening his understanding of the faith. He also worked closely with the poor and marginalized, learning firsthand about their struggles and hopes. On December 13, 1969, he was ordained a priest. He took his vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience, fully embracing the Jesuit way of life. He was now Father Jorge Bergoglio, ready to embark on a life of service to the Church. Father Bergoglio's journey took him from the seminary to various roles within the Jesuit order. He served as a teacher, rector of a seminary, and provincial superior. In 1998, he was appointed Archbishop of Buenos Aires. In 2001, he was made a cardinal by Pope John Paul II. Cardinal Bergoglio was known for his humility, his commitment to the poor, and his simple lifestyle. He lived in a small apartment, cooked his own meals, and took public transportation. On March 13, 2013, Cardinal Bergoglio was elected Pope, taking the name Francis. His election was historic, marking the first time a Jesuit had become Pope, and the first time a Pope had been chosen from the Americas. From the moment he stepped onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, Pope Francis captivated the world with his humility and warmth. He chose to live in the Vatican guest house rather than the papal apartments, signaling a break from tradition and a commitment to simplicity. He emphasized a poor church for the poor, calling for a renewed focus on serving those most in need. He washed the feet of prisoners, embraced the sick and disabled, and spoke out against economic inequality. His message resonated with people around the globe. Pope Francis stressed the importance of mercy and compassion, urging Catholics to welcome back those who had drifted away from the Church. He called for a more inclusive church, one that welcomed people of all backgrounds and beliefs. Section 6. A global voice for change, confronting climate change and inequality. Pope Francis emerged as a powerful voice on the world stage, addressing pressing global issues. He spoke out against climate change, calling for action to protect the environment. His encyclical Laudato Si became a landmark document, urging care for creation and a more sustainable future. He condemned war and violence, calling for peace and reconciliation in conflict zones around the world. He advocated for migrants and refugees, urging compassion and understanding for those forced to flee their homes. Pope Francis challenged world leaders to address economic inequality, calling for a more just and equitable global system. He criticized the excesses of capitalism and the growing gap between rich and poor. Section 7. Navigating controversy, traditionalism, and pushback. Pope Francis's papacy has not been without its challenges. His reforms and pronouncements have met with resistance from some traditionalists within the Church. His emphasis on mercy and inclusion has been seen by some as a departure from traditional teachings. His openness to dialogue on issues such as divorce and homosexuality has also sparked controversy. Some within the Church have accused him of being too liberal, while others have praised his willingness to engage with complex issues. Despite the criticism, Pope Francis has continued to chart his own course. guided by his conscience, and his commitment to the gospel message of love and compassion. Section 8. A legacy of humility and hope. Pope Francis's papacy has been marked by a profound sense of humility and a deep commitment to the poor and marginalized. He has challenged the Church to rediscover its roots in simplicity, service, and compassion. His message of mercy and hope has resonated with people of all faiths and backgrounds. He has shown the world a different face of the Catholic Church, one that is open, welcoming, and engaged with the world. Pope Francis's legacy will likely be debated for years to come, but there is no doubt that he has left an indelible mark on the Church and the world. Section 9. A Pope for our time. Pope Francis has emerged as a global leader for a world in need of healing and hope. His message of compassion, his commitment to justice, and his call for dialogue offer a path forward in a time of division and uncertainty. He has reminded us that the Church is not a fortress but a field hospital called to tend to the wounds of the world. He has challenged us to live simpler lives, to care for creation, and to reach out to those on the margins. In a world hungry for meaning and purpose, Pope Francis offers a message of hope and a vision of a more just and compassionate world. His papacy is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the light of faith, hope, and love can still shine